Welcome to Amazing Trails Yoga. Today we are hiking Outer Loop Trail at Paul Smith College VIC, way up high, up north in the Adirondacks, maybe 20 miles south of Canada. We are, of course, in New York State, and we're having an excellent time. Paul Smith College VIC, that is Visitor Interpretive Center, and it has 2,800 acres, and it's open for the students to explore and connect with nature, as well as the locals and the seasonal visitors, which we are. So I feel really welcome here. It's just amazingly beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us here. And today we will be focusing on preparation for hiking prep A, the lower body. So if you will need 2 blocks and a strap. Take your block and you're going to sit on the block in a beginner's hero's pose over the tops of your feet. If this is not accessible for you, you can sit on 2 blocks. It doesn't matter, but we're opening our knees. As you'll see, our knees are really important with hiking. We don't want to injure our knees. And we'll begin with Pranayama, the breath of life. So take a nice inhale and exhale on your own. And together we will inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 1, 2. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain. 1, 2. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain. 1, 2. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Retain. 1, 2. Exhale. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain. 1, 2. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Retain. 1, 2. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain. 1, 2. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain. 1, 2. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain. 1, 2. Take a nice breath on your own and exhale. Removing the block, we will make our way onto our backs on the mat. And we are bringing our knees up to our chest and straightening our legs up toward the sky. Your legs do not have to be totally straight, whatever works for you. And we'll begin with our feet, which are very important for hiking and so many other activities, actually just for living. So it's really good for anybody, even people that choose not to hike. So we're going to scrunch our toes and loosen. Scrunch our toes and loosen. Scrunch our toes and loosen. Now we'll scrunch our toes and spread our toes. Scrunch our toes, spread our toes. Scrunch our toes, spread our toes. Now we can point our feet and flex. Point our feet and flex. Point our feet and flex. We'll make little circles, ankle circles to the right, ankle ankle circles to the left. Very nice. And we'll walk back and forth, mid-air, walk back and forth. Now open and close, bringing your right in front and then behind. We'll crisscross our feet. Just waking our feet up, waking our legs up, and now we'll flutter our feet, flutter our legs, get them all ready for today's practice. Very, very nice. We could bend our legs at the knees and bring our soles of our feet to our mat, and we'll reach for our strap. So you could take your strap in your right hand and place it in the middle where your foot arches, and you can stay with your left leg with your knee pointed up to the sky, or you can straighten it for a more intense pose. Just going to bring our leg up and back. Up and back. We can make little tiny hip circles. And the other way. Very nice. We'll do that a little bit more. So when we inhale, we separate our hands, our arms. So pull it back as far as you can. Exhale down. We're bringing them together. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Very nice. Bringing your foot up, we'll take the strap in our right hand, and we're just bringing your foot over a tad bit to the left. You could feel this. It's only moving a couple inches over to the left. You could feel this. It's really quite an intense stretch. Now we're taking the strap still in our right hand. We are bringing your right foot over to the right. Without compromising your left hip, it is facing up. So you do not have to bring it all the way down, because if you bring it all the way down, you might move to the side. So we want our left hip, our pelvic bone facing up to the sky. You could extend your left arm to the side on the left. Your right arm comes down. Your right leg. Very, very nice. And bring your right leg up. Exchange hands. So you're holding the strap in your left. Your right arm extends out to the side, and you're bringing your left leg over. Very, very nice. And you're breathing, looking over your right shoulder. I might have to grab my sunglasses. Oh my goodness. It was thundering, raining maybe 15 minutes ago. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to do this. And inhale your right leg up. Removing the strap, we'll bend our leg at the knee. We're making nice hip circles to the right. You can hold on to your mat with your left hand onto the sides of the mat to keep nice and even with our hips still up to the sky. We'll go the other way, loosening up our hips. We really work our hips a lot with hiking. And bring your right knee up, again to your armpit. Very nice stretch. And your right leg comes down to the mat, and you can inhale your left foot up. Again, you can keep your right leg bent, or you can straighten it. Straighten is a little bit more intense. And pull your left knee up by your armpit a bit. Very nice, and we'll make nice little hip circles, keeping our right pelvic up toward the sky. You can hold on to the mat if this gives you more balance as you make hip circles with your left arm. You could go the other way around, or use both hands, whatever works for you. If I use both hands, I don't make quite as big a circle. And take your strap and put it at the ball of your foot or the arch, whichever you're more comfortable at, and you're extending your leg up. And we're just going to move it over a little bit to the right so we find a nice little stretch, a very intense stretch, even though we're just moving it 2 inches over to the right in our T-band. Oh my goodness, but it feels really, really nice. And bringing it back up to the sky, we have your right and left hand on the straps, and we're going to separate our hands as we bring our leg down, and then up, pull your hands together to bring your leg up. Separate your hands as you bring your leg down and up. We're just lubricating our joints, getting our leg muscles ready for the big hike. We really need to stretch for hiking. Hiking is not just a lower body workout. As we walk around, particularly if you use trekking poles, which I don't. I kind of don't like something extra to carry, but they really are a good idea to use. Maybe I'll change my mind. They protect your knees on the downhill, the trekking poles, and on the uphill it improves power and endurance, and it makes you go faster, and it gives your body an upper body workout and relieves your lower body of a lot of work. So trekking poles are not a bad idea. Okay, taking the straps in your left hand, you're going to extend your right arm out to the side and bring your left foot out to your left. Again, you don't have to bring it all the way up because your hips might move with it. We want our pelvic still up to the sky. So you do not have to come all the way down. You could look over your right shoulder. And you can breathe. So again, we're getting our lower body ready with yoga for hiking. Hiking prep A. Join us for hiking prep B. That will be the upper body. When you carry heavy backpacks, and just water alone is very heavy. Inhale your left leg up and take the strap in your right arm. Extend your left leg out to the side. You could bring your left leg down and over. Again, it doesn't have to be all the way down because you don't want to compromise your hips. Look over your left shoulder and breathe. Looking up to the sky, we'll inhale our left foot back up. Remove the strap. Bring both knees to your chest. We're going to separate our knees and just make nice little hip circles going out and around. Should feel really nice. We work our hips a lot with hiking. And the other direction, very nice. Good, good, good. Very lovely. We're going to make our way to our abdomens. Take our strap to the side. We come into a Sphinx Pose. Nice stretch on our backs to the top of our feet. And we're curling our toes under. Take your seat to your heels. Coming back. And we're going to begin to lift up our seat. Maybe walk your feet in a tiny bit. You don't have to drop your heels. We're coming into Otto, Mukas, Venasana, downward facing dog. You could pedal out your feet. Very nice. Let your head dangle. Don't be looking up yet. It's a resting position. And you're going to inhale your right leg up into three-legged dog. Look between your hands, and you're going to place your right foot between your hands. You could always help it up between your hands. That's very, very nice. And we're putting our fingertips on either side of our foot. We're bringing our hands, our arms up, our palms are facing each other into a high crescent, high lunge. We will cactus our arms and drop our left knee to the mat and up. Left knee to the mat and up. Left knee to the mat and up. Very nice. This gives us strength in our thighs, getting ready for hiking. Now you're going to take your left arm forward and your right arm comes back into a twist. And we're going to keep going all the way around, bringing your left arm up and your right arm down and around. We're coming into Warrior Two. So you drop your left heel, your right leg is bent and facing the front of your mat, Warrior Two. Very, very nice. And with that, we're bringing our left arm up and around so that both hands are on either side of your right foot. Your left heel comes up, and we're going back into the downward facing dog. Take a nice breath in and out. Inhale your left leg up in three-legged dog and place it between your hands. And you're coming to your fingertips on either side of your left foot. We're coming up into high crescent, high lunge. Very nice. And we will cactus our arms as we drop our right knee to the mat and up. Cactus our arms, dropping our knee and up. Cactus our arms, dropping our knee and up. Very nice. We're doing the twist. So you're taking your right arm forward and your left arm comes back. Then we're cartwheeling around. Your right arm is up. Your left comes around and we are in Warrior Two. Very, very lovely. Then we will cartwheel our right arm up and around so that we're coming into a low lunge. And from the low lunge, you're going to take your right foot and bring it up to meet your left forward fold. Slowly coming up one vertebrae at a time. And Tadasana, which is mountain pose. We are in the Adirondack Mountains. Really, really a tremendous place to be. And you could bring your palms together and place your hands at heart center and make an intention for the day, intention for your practice. And since we are out in beautiful nature, I'm just sending my love and energy, all of our love and energy out to all you nature seekers, and hoping that other people will incorporate this into their lives because it's so beneficial, such a stress release. And you can make your own private intention. And Tadasana. Coming to the front of the mat, we're going to do a sun salutation. Inhale our arms up toward the sky. Exhale, hinging at the hips and coming down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Your legs can always be bent. They do not have to be perfectly straight. Taking both hands to either side of your feet. You're exhaling your right foot back, coming to your fingertips. You're bringing your arms up and over your heads. Very, very lovely. And we will drop our elbows to the side, cactusing our arms as we drop our right knee and up. Elbows out to the sides, right knee down and up. Elbows out to the side, right knee down and up. We will bring our right arm back as we bring our left arm forward into a nice twist. And we're cartwheeling our arms around. The left arm comes up. And we are in a twist on the other side. Very, very nice. Coming around again into the high lunge. And bringing both arms down to either side of your foot. We'll exhale our left foot back into downward dog and inhale our right foot up between our hands. We're coming up into the high lunge. And we will drop our knee as we open up our elbows out to the side and up. So we cactus our arms, dropping our left knee and up. Cactus our arms as we drop our left knee and up. Okay, with this we will bring our right arm forward and our left arm back. And we're cartwheeling around into the twist. And cartwheel our arms back into the warrior two. Lost my train of thought for a second. Coming into warrior two, we're going to drop your left heel down to the side. Very, very nice. From this, you're coming slowly down into Standasana, which is a side lunge. So again, you're just coming down. You could use your blocks if you like. You're coming over your heel or over your foot to your left heel. We are into Standasana. It's a very low lunge. You can always come up on your blocks. You don't have to come all the way down. I know it's tough. It's a really, really good stretch for the hiking. We could walk our hips over to the left, coming into Standasana on the left. Again, you can use your blocks to support you or just come up on your elbow as we do inside lunge, or come all the way down into Standasana. Very, very nice. Really good hip opener, a leg stretch, really good for hiking. And you're walking back. Walking back to the front of the mat. We flip over, our left heel is up. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot, the big toe side of your foot. We're coming into a lizard. So with lizard, you can drop your left knee and come over the top of your foot. Again, you could use your blocks. Everybody has different flexibility. I'm pretty flexible. Some people are more flexible than me, some less. We're all at a different level. So you could use your blocks, maybe move them forward a bit. You can come down on your forearms onto the blocks on any level of the blocks that suits you. Some of you can come all the way down. Because when we are hiking, we bring our, when we're hiking up rocks, not so much rock climbing, that's a totally different category. But I know I have to sometimes really bring my leg up and over some of the boulders. It's really fun. So this lizard gets you ready for it. If you look back, make sure your leg is straight and not sickled out to the side. Very, very nice. And we're coming back up. You might want to bring your blocks over to the other side if you were using your blocks. Flip over your foot so that you're on your toes, and we're coming back into Standasana. Very nice. And again, you could be up higher in Standasana. It doesn't matter. If you can't get all the way down, no sweat. Don't worry. Take your hands, you're walking over to the other side for a Standasana. Again, you could be totally bent. You can come up on like a right angle. You could use a block to support you, whatever works for you. Your foot, your toes could be up toward the sky. And bring your hands around. Go to the ball of your right foot. Your left toe should be facing the back of the mat now. Both hands on the big toe side of your left foot. We're coming into lizard. So you're dropping your knee on your right leg. Uncurl your toe so that you're on the top of your foot. And again, you could be up here. You could use your blocks up here. Come to any height. We want to go to our forearms. Maybe down lower, even lower. This is really a good hip opener, and it gets our legs so we can climb over those boulders when we're hiking. Some hiking is flat, some is totally mountainous. It's really fun to have a variety. Today we're on top of a mountain, but so far it's pretty flat. The outer loop, so it goes around this big swampy area right now, so we're hiking flat. Yesterday we were hiking really vertical. So nice variety. And we're coming up on our arms. Flip over your toes. You could lift up your right knee. And we're walking over to the middle. Our hands are here. Again, we can bring our blocks. And we're coming into a forward fold, a straddle fold. So you could use your blocks and bring the crown of your head toward the mat. Some of you might not need your blocks. And breathe. Straightening our arms. We're walking our arms over to the right side of our foot. We'll take our toes will be pointed to the front of the mat. We pick up our left heel so that we are in a lunge, and we're dropping our left knee to the mat. From this, you're lifting up your left leg, and again, you could always use a block to bring the ground closer to you. Extend your right arm. I don't really need my block, but you certainly can use your block. And bring it out to the right, and you're finding your foot. You're giving your foot a nice little tug. Very, very good. Very good for our quads. We use our quads a lot with hiking. This might feel really nice. And dropping your left foot, we're going to heel toe our right foot over to the left, and we're coming into pigeon. You could take your block and place your right hip on the block if this is good for you for pigeon. Your shin can be parallel to the mat, or your heel can be closer to you. Whatever works for you. Some of you might not want the block. And you're coming into pigeon. I kind of like to put my shin parallel, but that's a little bit more challenging. So we are in a woke pigeon. Looking back, make sure your left leg is in alignment so that it's not sickled out to the side. I myself struggle with that. So I'm making sure all 5 of my toes are on the mat. And we're taking a nice breath. We'll inhale our arms up and exhale them down. You could take your block, put your third eye on your block, or you could drop your head down to the mat, whatever works for you. We'll take some nice breaths. And bringing both hands to the mat, straightening our arms. We'll flip over our back foot, and you're bringing your right leg back to meet your left in downward facing dog. You could pedal out your feet. Very, very nice. And inhale your left leg up into three-legged dog. And bring your left leg between both hands. Very, very nice. And we're coming into lizard on the left side. So you're taking your left hand to meet your right. And we're dropping our right knee to the mat and coming to the top of our foot. So we are on the other side. You get a different perspective. You could take your blocks and put your elbows, or your forearms rather, on your block. Maybe you could come all the way down. And this is very, very nice. Check back. Look back and make sure your right leg is straight so that your right foot is not sickled out to the side. And again, this is so great for you to get you ready for when you have to lift up your leg and really bring it up high to climb over a boulder. Or anything hiking, any obstacle in the way. Even if you have to climb ladders, it really stretches you out. It's really, really good for you. As hiking is. And coming up onto the palms of your hands, we'll take your left hand over to the other side as we heel toe our left foot over. You can flip over so that you're on the ball of your foot. Maybe lift up your right knee a bit to get yourself situated. You're bringing your left foot over to the right side. You could take your block and you could sit on it. You're dropping your right knee and going to the top of your foot. We are in woke pigeon. If you don't want the block, that's perfectly fine. Again, your left shin can be parallel to the mat. You can bring your left heel in closer to you. Whatever works for you. We'll inhale our arms up and coming down. You could take your block and put your third eye on the block or bring it all the way down to the mat. And breathe. At the base of your last exhale, we're coming up, putting our palms on the mat, and we're coming to the ball of our foot, straightening out our leg, and we're bringing our left leg up for a second, and we're placing it between our hands because we're taking our left hand over to the big toe side, dropping our right knee. I almost forgot to have you bend your right leg. Bring your left arm around and grab the side of your foot. We cannot be uneven. I like to do this on both sides. If this is accessible for you, otherwise you could reach whatever you can. You could even take your strap and wrap it around your foot and hold your strap like this. Maybe you could pull it a bit if it's not accessible for you. And letting go of what you have. Your left foot is bent. We're coming to the ball of your foot. We are in a low lunge. Now we're going to take our left foot back. We're in high plank. And take your right foot to the pinky side of your right hand. Very nice. And your left foot to the pinky side of your left hand. And we're coming into a squat. This also opens up our hips. It's really nice. For a squat, I can show you this way. You could sit on your block at any height. When you come down so low, you might not need your block. Take your elbows out to your knees. We're in a squat, opening up our hips. Very nice. I really like this position. Sitting on the block, really, really comfortable, or resting, relaxation. Very, very good for you. And if you have the block, you could remove the block and bring your seat down to the mat. We are taking our left leg and having your left shin parallel to the front of the mat, or to the side of the mat rather. We're bringing our right leg up and over. Okay, this is not quite the cross-legged position, and I know it's really tough. A lot of people are not so flexible, so take your block and put it under your right knee if you need to, at any height that you might need. That's really, really fine, but you can totally feel your hips open. It's like a different type of stretch. And have your right ankle over your left knee. Not so much this becomes more of a crisscross position. Your right leg is just a little bit over. Some people call this chimney, some people call this fireplace. You can really feel a deep stretch in your hips. We hold a lot of stress in our hips, particularly when we're hiking. We want this to be fun, we want to be prepared. So we really work our legs, our lower body, especially if we're doing an overnighter. We have a tent on in our backpack and a lot of food, and the water really weighs us down. I think that is the heaviest. Very, very nice. From this position, you're taking your left foot closer to your buttocks, and your right foot is right over your left anyway. So here we are. So your right knee is facing up toward the sky. Take a nice breath. We will take your right arm, cartwheel it around, and tense your fingers in the back. Extend your left arm to the front and your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. And you're looking over your right shoulder. I heard a little pop in my lower back. And breathe. From this position, we will look forward and take your legs out to the front and just jiggle them around a bit. Very nice. Now bend your right leg so that your shin is parallel to the mat, and take your left foot over your right. Your ankle comes to your knee, and again, your leg may be up so high that you might want to put a block between both legs, whatever suits you, whatever's good for you. And you're breathing. You can feel this, a deep, deep stretch in your hips. Really good for your sciatic as well. You do not have to be a hiker to do this video. Just enjoy the nature. Just beautiful being outside. Gives you a sense of peace. And you're breathing. And when I do these long hikes, I always want to remember to do my yoga. I want to be able to stretch, relax, absorb all the beauty. Now take your left ankle and bring it closer to your left hip as you bring your left knee up. Or your right ankle close to your left hip, and your left knee is up toward the sky. You will take your left arm, cartwheel it around behind you, tense your fingers, extend your right arm, Maybe lean forward a little bit, take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee and look over your left shoulder. Looking over your right shoulder, we'll extend both legs out, jiggle them around a bit, and bring them over to the back of the mat. And we're coming down onto our backs. You could lift up your legs up to the sky. And hiking, we need a lot of core strength. So we're going to work on core strength a little tiny bit. So you're going to drop your right foot to the mat, let it hover for a brief moment and up. And your left leg comes to the mat and up. Now both legs, you can come down to the mat, hover, and up we go. We'll do it 3 times. So down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Bending your legs at the knee. We'll drop our feet to the mat and we'll reverse this. We'll do a counter stretch for our backs. It opens up our abs after the work. So we could start with a bridge. Take your fingertips to your heels and inhale your pelvis up toward the sky and down. Bring your pelvis up toward the sky and down. And we'll do one more, or if you want to come into a full wheel, take your hand, your fingertips up to the sky. Your fingertips are coming behind you and they're dropping to the mat so that your palms will be on the mat on either side of your head. And you can inhale your hips up toward the sky as you straighten your arms. You don't have to do this. You could be in bridge. You keep your knees, you're not bringing them together or apart. They're exactly where they were in proper alignment with the rest of your legs. And coming down. Now you could inhale your knees up to your chest. Give yourselves a nice hug. Place your feet on the mat. Separate your feet a bit. And we're going to windshield our knees back and forth, back and forth. Very nice. And when they are over to the left, take your left foot, your heel over your right knee, and you're letting gravity take its toll. You're helping gravity. Give it a nice stretch. And back to the center. We'll windshield our knees back and forth. And drop our knees over to the right as you take your right heel over your left knee. And unhook your heel. Your knees are up. You're straightening one leg at a time. Very nice. You'll take your hands and snow angel them up and around so your hands make a nice little net for your head. And you're just giving your head a few little tugs, gentle tugs, to lengthen your spine. Lengthen the back of your neck and then slowly dropping it. Your neck is nice and elongated. Bring your arms back and around. Your palms are facing the sky. You are in Shavasana. So take some nice breaths to rest and let your body absorb all it has done. And you can deepen your breath. Take a longer inhale and a longer exhale. You could make your way to either side of the mat and come up into nice easy pose. While we're in easy pose, you're taking your fingers and interlacing them between your toes. And this takes the stress off of your feet. It's really good. We'll be using our feet a ton in hiking. And this just relaxes your feet, opens up your toes, makes it nice and comfortable. You could sit any way that you want, that you could reach. Your fingers don't have to be all the way down to the web. That does come with time. I know a lot of people, this is almost my trademark. They see me as their yoga teacher. Oh yes, can we do this pose? Because so many of us just don't on our own time. I don't. Well, actually I do. I go to bed with yogi toe separators because it really helps my feet. But I mean, during the day, I don't do this. You could come to any easy poses you like, whatever works for you. And I just want to thank you so much for joining us here with Amazing Trails Yoga. Please subscribe to my channel so it'll pop up on your screen more automatically. It'll help you find us, and you can communicate with me. Tell me what you like, what your needs are, what you would like to see done, and any hints that you might have or any suggestions for whatever you would like. For our intentions, any of your suggestions, we could make a collective intention together. And removing our fingers from our toes. Make our way into nice, easy pose. Bring your palms together at heart center and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste.